trying to get Mr. Rochester to get in the video, but he's being difficult. And the lights keep changing. How strange. So you can't really see my face. It's kind of noir-esque. I did not actually watch a noir tonight, because as you all know, I watched a noir this morning. But I did watch a classic film, one that my mom had been, like, asking if I'd seen for a long time, because I'm a huge Glenn Ford fan, and yet somehow had not seen Blackboard Jungle until tonight. It's directed by Richard Brooks. He's one of my favorite directors, not to be confused with Richard Brooks, the actor, who used to be on Law & Order, among other things. This was also an adaptation of an Evan Hunter novel, much like what I watched yesterday. Oh, whoa, we have light again. Hi, Kat. And so there's Glenn Ford, there's Anne Francis, there's Louis Calhern, there's Vic Morrow, and there's a very young and very, very, very good Sidney Poitier in an early role. He's like so good. It's kind of, I don't know why the cat's not looking. He's so good. Like, it's ridiculous how good he is. Like, you could just see how great he was going to continue. It's interesting. This film was one of the first movies to feature rock and roll, which was, you know, hip with the kids, but, you know, like, adults and movie makers weren't really on the rock and roll bandwagon just yet. And so it featured Rock Around the Clock, which, as we all know, is now, we all think of as the Happy Days theme now, but it was like a B-side that hadn't done well, and then they used it in the opening credits of this and the closing credits, and it became a huge hit. It really works. It like really set the tone, and then it was sort of cool to see like a 50s film ending with like a piece of rock music, because we're used to that now, like with the movie goes black and then suddenly boom, we have the piece of music. Scorsese does that a lot. You know, obviously he starts his movies like that, he ends his movies like that. I'm willing to bet this must be a huge influence on his films. He must have loved it when he saw it. Little, you know, film nerd Scorsese as a teenager. You can just imagine. Did he amazingly well in the box office, made $7 million over its budget, which is like insane back then. Or well, its budget, so it made 8 times its budget, is another way of putting that. It's a lot. It's really good. I liked it. The other one that I watched, the Evan Hunter one that I watched yesterday, was a little boring and sometimes kind of preachy, and this one was not really. When it was preachy, it was preachy in a, like, high school teacher sort of way, and high school teachers can sort of be that preachy, you know? So it felt, like, naturally preachy, if that makes any sense. I didn't really like the Anne Francis character, actually. I feel like she was sort of unnecessary for the plot. Like, I mean, they needed her for, when you watch it, you'll see, but I felt like that whole section of the film, they could have just cut that out, and the teacher would have been just as compelling, but what are you gonna do? Where was I going with this? I have no idea, but I really enjoyed it. Definitely highly recommend it. I don't know what my cat's doing. Oh, God. Hold on, guys. Mr. Rochester. I think I should just end all videos like this from here on out. Okay. Blackboard Jungle, 1955. Very good.